All right. Welcome to another live episode of the IdeaPRTY podcast. I'm your host, ERIC CEPEDA. And really quick, before we dive into all the fun, we just want to give a quick shout out to our good friends at Alcoholics Anonymous. So they're a drinking show with a podcast problem. Straight out of Houston, hosted by our good friend Justin Reigert and Christian Amy. It's a show about everything and nothing. You won't find your power animal here unless it's a bottle of sour mash. Justin Reigert went to high school with Ali and myself, and he's also our guest from episode 32, a few episodes back. So make sure to check him out on everywhere you see your podcast and find your podcasts, Alcoholics Autonomous. But yes, today we have our co-host Ali Naqvi.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And thank you. And our actor and our friend from back home, our hometown, actor and producer ERIC CEPEDA.
Woo!
Yeah. How we doing, guys?
I do gotta say, I love your last name, ERIC.
I was gonna say, do we need to touch on the fact that we are, even from the Valley, we're not related?
You say that, but
Yes.
I'm pretty sure
I,
you go back 2 or 3 generations, you're probably
think
related.
no. I think you've looked into it too, RC. Like I've looked into it. Haven't seen a connection yet.
I
6
there
degrees,
is
guys,
an
6 degrees.
Yeah, I think Kevin Bacon is in there somewhere. At some point.
You're related through Kevin Bacon, at least.
100%.
And speaking of bacon, I do have Texas' own Whataburger's Bacon Burger. This is
We're not sponsored by that. You can't get sponsored by them yet.
We may not be sponsored by them, but I will sponsor the hell out of Whataburger.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So actually, yeah. So with that, I am stationed out here in Texas. So for all our Texas friends, it's great. It's great that we have everyone from the same hometown, which is awesome. Area code 956 in the house.
956.
Represent.
I still have my 956 area code phone number. Who else does?
I have a 512, so I'd still have a
Close
Texas.
enough. Close enough.
I have my Austin. I kept it, but I did not keep my 956.
Texas represent. Texas represent.
Texas represent.
But Eric, thanks for joining us. So really quick, I'll give you a rundown, and everyone that's watching a rundown of how the show works in case you're new to the show. But IdeaPRTY podcast, it's a show about creators being creative. So we come up with an idea for a movie, a TV show, or a product, all for your enjoyment, and especially live. You are watching this live as we speak. I don't know what the next move I'm going to do is. It could be one of these. It could be one of these. I don't know.
Maybe don't do any of those moves.
I'll try to refrain from that for sure. But yeah, so it's an idea party. It's why we call it that. It's a party for ideas. So okay, Eric, we're gonna come up with I'll ask you what you want to come up with, whether it's a movie, TV show, product. The product could be, we've done an amusement park. It could be a video game, a game board, or a board game, not a game board. That's not invented yet. We can create one though. And then we will. And once you choose that the platform, I'll give you 3 ideas to choose from, and you'll choose whichever one that calls to you, and we'll create from there. Okay. How do you feel?
I think I would like to focus on like a feature film.
A feature film. Okay.
That's my thought. Let's get something an hour and a half long and see what we can put together.
I do love films, and inside my apartment I have a big wall where I have all my films. So I feature films there in my cupboard that I have in my apartment.
So let's get something we can put on your wall. No.
There you go. All right. I like where your head's at. No, I like where your head's at. Proportionately, it actually makes sense. No, I do like where your head's at.
Love it.
Love it. So,
we're adults.
Okay. Movie, TV show, product. What do you want? You said movie. Okay.
I said movie.
I wanted to do that motion.
Okay.
Okay, movie. Okay. So the names I'm going to give to you to choose from will be Do Me a Flavor.
Okay.
With My Bare Hands.
Like bare hands? Yeah, like with bare hands. Yeah. Okay.
With My Bare Hands.
Yeah.
And I hope you all like this one. I came up with this like an hour ago as I got my food. What a merger! What a merger!
Yeah, sure. I see where you're going. I like it. I like where your head's at. I think that already sounds like it's going to be like a business like tycoon thing, and I'm not ready. I'm not feeling that.
Okay.
Do me a flavor, or with my bare hands. I kind of like where with my bare hands could go. I say we see where that. Let's take that one with my bare hands.
All right, I like that.
Well, it was your idea, so the movie.
I like that you chose that. Is what I meant.
Okay.
With my bare hands. Okay. And so, what thoughts came across your head with my bare hands?
I mean, look,
images.
I see a guy. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is the right to bear arms, which could be the sequel, I guess. And we're jumping ahead. Yeah, the right to bear arms. But
I love it.
But we have to. I mean, at a certain point, we could probably have like a whole bear trilogy. But let's focus in on.
I like it. I like it.
So
it's got a very grisly feeling, you know.
Well played. Well, nice little play on words. Okay, so where do we go? Do we start?
Okay, bare hands. So this is where this is the fun part of the idea process. Is okay with my bare hands. Already knowing there's going to be a sequel with my bare arms.
The right to bear arms. The right to bear arms. Yes. The Second Amendment.
Yes.
Jesus. This just writes itself. Oh my God.
Perfect. I love that.
Brought to you by the people who brought Sharknado.
I think
Jesus.
I'm thinking like Frankenstein, like almost like if it's a Frankenstein concept where it's the bare hands, bare arms, and bare leg. I mean,
it's a slow build out. Like
they're barely standing.
This wasn't like a barely standing part 3. Okay, but how do we get with my bare hands?
Okay, it could be a woodsman, someone in the woods that he builds.
He gets merged with a bear, so he has bare arms.
Well, we got to start with the hands first, I think.
And then after he merges, he's like, "What a merger!"
And then he gets bare arms.
This does literally just write itself. You're amazing. And
okay, that's been a great show, guys.
Yeah, thank you. It's done. So I like the idea of the woodsman, but I feel like that's too on the nose. Like that's gonna be the guy that we expect to get these bare hands.
Okay.
I feel like maybe it's a family. They're city slickers, and they go camping for the first time. And I like the Frankenstein idea. So let's say the husband, a very unassuming businessman, gets kidnapped and taken. And for some reason, go ahead.
Okay, well, I was just going to say, maybe would it help, and I don't want you to stop where you're going, but I'm talking. Would it help if we establish horror? Is this horror film? Is this comedy film? Is this the more you know film? Drama?
I mean, I'm already leaning towards I wanted to say horror because that's where I feel like it would make more sense to progress. Like someone.
I mean, it could be like a horror comedy. That way you can cut the horror.
I mean, when you have a title like "With My Bare Hands," I think horror comedy is definitely the way to take it.
Okay, I love it. Okay, so city slicker family, and then the dad. Let's go with that train of thought.
Sure. And it doesn't even have to be like a full family. Like he decides he needs to get away from the city, and he goes out by himself. And he's like, "I'm going to prove I'm a man. I'm going to go live in the woods for a couple of days," and that's where he gets taken. By who? We don't know yet.
Like Liam Neeson taken?
No. That's way too. No, this is more because I really do like the idea of like the Frankenstein aspect of it. So a crazy professor.
Okay.
I like that because he's also got the polar opposite polar bear.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, we got it. No, that's good.
I like that.
No, so okay. So this professor, his thing is like is he only working with bears, or is he also doing other things with other animals? But this is
like a bear,
like
a bearologist.
A bearologist would be that. No, I think this is like his next attempt. He's tried several different animals, and he's failed horribly.
Mm-hmm.
He's dumbed down the project to, you know what? Maybe I don't splice the whole bear. Let's start with some hands. Let's see what that does. So it doesn't kill him. And so he puts the bear hands on, and I don't know if you actually ever seen like a bear paw. I mean, they're like
fucking huge. So
imagine my little baby arms with like, you know, I'm like, I don't even have anything that big.
We can just force perspective and be like this.
Yeah. And just like this poor dude trying to lumber along with like these huge paws. I mean, that's what I'm seeing it going. But then, I mean,
I like this comment. I like this comment we have to go with the Frankenstein-esque. So it could be made with he's a mad scientist, and he's like, I'm going to create the ultimate fighting machine or fighting animal. Just not machines.
And he gets a bear arms with chicken legs and a turkey neck. That's the ultimate fighting animal.
The ultimate natural disaster.
Predator. We didn't get a bear with a lion's roar and like a tiger. No, a bear arms, chicken legs, and a turkey neck. I'm in.
That would make for some great carnival food too.
Jeez.
Be a carnival.
A chicken turkey bear leg somewhere in there.
It's not vegan though.
Not even close.
No.
Okay, so it's a secret government defense project where they make super soldiers that have a bear. I mean, to be fair, that's really not bad because that's in the vein of Project X, X-Men, Wolverine, etc.
And then To Be Bear, that like also it's great because like he's using the natural parts of life. He could be like very vegan and gluten free, like all that, and he's creating this government that creates that.
No, what if the unassuming guy that goes camping is a vegan, and now he's got the killer instinct of a bear because of these bear hands?
Okay.
So
he can't take it. So is it like a Wolverine Weapon X? Like they forced him to have the adamantium, or like was this guy forced to merge his hands as bear hands?
I don't think you ever have a choice.
When 100%. Like, hey, RC, I don't know what you're doing next week, but I got an idea to make you a super soldier. I'm gonna put bear hands on you. Are you gonna be like, yeah, that's good.
I like this idea.
Yeah.
I'm in. I love it. Okay, so he's our hero then.
He's our hero. He has to be. He's the one that was taken against this project barely legal. The porn. That would be the first porn title that comes out of this.
That's when we do the porn.
Yeah. So what is this guy's animal instinct?
I don't know why the first thing I hit was hibernation. I'm like,
that's pretty good. Yeah. Now he wants to
as soon as he gets them, he's like, I'm gonna go to sleep for a couple of months. Like,
all right, I'm good.
3 months later,
I think that's the quarantine talking. Like, I definitely want to take a nap after this. So,
that might be or that might be great for like a bigger concept. Like, we're already thinking of the second film and the third. It'd be the High Bear Nation.
That's the trilogy. I thought I liked that.
Hate it.
High Bear Nation. Well, because look, I know we need to finish the first one before we get to 2 and 3.
Of course.
But the right to bear arms is part 2.
Well,
what did we say 3 was?
We haven't. I don't know if we've come up with 3 yet, but I think it's clear to me that at the end of this first one, we want to tease the second one. Like,
Right.
I don't care if it's been sold or not. We're doing the way that Back to the Future 2 rolled right into Back to the Future 3.
100%.
Where it's like they already have a trailer for the second one, and we put the whole thing together. Yeah.
And I hate to give it the ending already, but it's one of those where, you know, the guy with bare hands he thought killed the professor that got him, and he's walking away, and we see him in the distance with his bare hands, and then we see the professor like wake up, and the next one is him. The bare hands work. Let's get someone with bare arms, and now we built the second person, and then they team up at a certain point. Like it's a team up,
or it's like a Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla type thing, where it's like the guy with bare hands has to beat up the guy with bare arms.
Yes.
Like
yes.
You're having like it's just escalating every episode where it's like, oh, now you thought we went too far with the first one, but now this guy has bare arms.
Well, because look, and I hate to literally say it would be a stolen idea, but it would be, you know, Wolverine. They made a second one to go after him that was bigger and better. Yeah, this is what happens in part 2.
I think his name was Sabertooth. Sabertooth.
You are on fire right now. I don't know if it's good fire, but you're definitely hitting them.
There was a fire. I can smell it.
Oh, no. But no, I love it. I love it. Okay, so what's the perfect, you know, nemesis for a bear? A fish?
I literally was going to say a trout. I was like, a trout.
A lion?
No, but lions, tigers, and bears.
Lions.
Oh,
is it a salmon? Like when bears are always.
It is. It's salmon.
Something like that.
Swimming upstream.
Yeah.
And,
right.
Yeah.
It's like
if you think about it, salmon hate the bare hands because that's the first thing they see because that's what they used to go in the water. 100%. I think I've never watched a bear. I'm not a bearologist, but I would assume.
So the professor who does this, let's just name him Professor Salmon, because we don't even have to like have an actual fish. His name is Salmon, and we go, wait a minute.
Too
much, is that too on the nose? Like
I don't think so. It could be.
And like, he doesn't wear pink shirts. That's salmon color.
I knew you were going there. I knew it.
It's got to happen.
Medium.
Oh, thanks, Brandon.
I mean,
I'll leave. I think I cut you off.
No. I was gonna say like it could be like maybe not on the nose like salmon, but like salmon, like the you know,
or Solomon.
Solomon. Yeah, or Solomon. Yeah, totally. Where it's like slightly different.
It's just close enough to be like.
Oh yeah.
Because again, we did say a horror comedy. Like we can be a little on the nose for it because why? That's what we expect. I mean,
he could be like, you know, like Jamaican, like, yeah, my name is Salmon.
Did both of us just shun that idea?
I mean, he's your friend, dude. I don't know where you found this guy.
I swear we're not related. I swear we're not. I love it. I love where this is going.
Yeah, no, I think that's solid. Like we're finding out that the professor is named like Salman or Solomon or something like that, and then his whole thing is like, you know, making the bear the bad guy, right? Like, but they're trying to also super soldier him at the same time. So it's like maybe there's two conflicting things where he was hired by the government, and he's like, you know, I'm gonna make it to where like the government doesn't get what they need; they get the opposite. Like I'm gonna. Almost like, you know, it's like a retribution.
Well, but for him to do that would be a failure. I mean, even if he's doing it on purpose. So he wants to succeed, I think, in this aspect, in this endeavor. Yeah. But we really need to solidify why he's doing it. Like, is it a government contract? Is it his own sick, twisted mind?
I like the idea of the secret government. I think maybe if we flesh that out a bit, like give it, you know, from giving it a name to like what they're, you know, what they do and why, you know, it could be like, you know, how the X-Files was solely for the X-Files of the government. It could be like, you know, this secret government that specifically tries to stop forest fires. And there's Smokey. We bring back Smokey the Bear.
Smokey the Bear.
Oh my God! It's just
or Smokey the Bear is his grandfather. grandfather.
Well, maybe he like the genes that they got were from Smokey the Bear to help splice in with this guy with the bare hands.
There's something there, 100%. We just have to dig a little deeper because it is okay. Smokey the Bear is definitely a huge thing.
But government agency.
Government agency could tack into like the National Forest Association. Is that what it would be? I don't know what that. I totally made that. The NIMFA, the National Forest Association that protects our forests.
Yeah.
Smokey the Bear is.
Park rangers do that, but yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, yeah, whatever. Okay, damn. Okay, so government agency. It's a failed government project to clone Smokey. That's good too. That's
Smokey the Bear's origin story.
Oh man.
Like that's how you open the movie with like Smokey the Bear's origin story. And you're like, where's this going? And then it goes a completely different direction.
Or it's the opposite. It's this guy with the bare hands, and then his arms, and then it goes all over here, and then he ends up being Smokey the Bear.
Oh
he's
my
actually
God.
human. We can know
Totally. Maybe that's what it is. Is that it's supposed to take over his whole body.
It's like a
but
graft.
It only does his hands.
He's grafted it.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, spliced that it starts slowly taking over, which would give us part 2. I'm sorry, I keep jumping to part 2. We haven't even finished 1.
I feel like we should just focus on number 2. The Right to Bear Arms.
Look,
the movie.
The Right to Bear Arms is just the perfect title. And
There's
again,
a better title. Good job,
and again,
Marcy.
The Right to Bear Arms, the Second Amendment. Oh my God! Come on.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! I am so glad I went with my bare hands. This is so great.
I love it.
Okay, so what did we decide? He's doing it for a government agency. The opening scene has to be like him being contacted, and it's one of those like it's a very dark opening, and then that hard cut of a guy at his computer, like, you know what? I'm gonna go camping this weekend. No, he doesn't have the bare hands yet.
The keyboard's not gonna live in this. It will die. Not survive.
So he goes camping. And
okay, camping. Yeah, camping.
So
there's gotta be a fire. How does the fire start?
With a fire starter.
Okay.
Hold on.
With Flint.
But did we iron out everything on the government agency yet? Government agency hired him. Why? Why did he hire this Professor Solomon? Super soldiers?
I mean, right? Like, I think that's good enough. Like a good enough reason for you to want to do this as like you said, like he wants to succeed, he wants to do all that. But maybe there's some like twist later on that's like I actually took this. I didn't want to make a super soldier. I wanted to make something else. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to infiltrate, and I don't know. We can figure that out.
Okay. Well, and I'm like, do we flesh that out now, or do we move on? Hibernation was good. It really was good. RC, I'm gonna have to say
that could be the government agency then. Like Hydra.
That's the
Hydra?
project. The project is Project Hibernation.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because it's a graft that slowly grows. It's a sleeping process, if you will.
Yeah.
It takes months to happen. There's a hibernation period
for
it to really take him over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in on that. On that.
Did we finalize on what the government their name? Like CIA,
NSA,
or NSA, National Forest Association.
It's
got to be a little.
No,
I think it should be a little more like secretive, though. That's pretty out there and blatant.
That was a little out there when I threw it out. No, I think it is something a little more secretive, and if it is for super soldiers, then it has to be more. It's not going to be Space Force. I mean, that's the best name you come up with for Space Force. What would it be?
Forest Force.
Forest Force. Hold on, there's something.
Forced.
Wait, it's called
the FFF. The Force.
Bear with me.
Bear with me. Hold on. It's the Not propaganda. I'm thinking something
Propaganda?
Winnie the Pooh-ish. I want like the letters to be like P O O H.
Honeypot.
Oh, honeypot. That's for the porn.
What about the FFF? Force.
That would be F cubed, and it doesn't say it. Forest. It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't. It doesn't.
It's a force.
It doesn't strike fear into my heart. Oh, yeah. Who's after you? It's the forest. That's not a thing.
Okay, wait. Jump back 10 seconds. What did you say before the force?
I wanted to find like an acronym, and I was starting to think like POOH, like Winnie the Pooh. But
that's good.
Pooh doesn't make me think something evil though.
Well, again, horror comedy.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
All right.
Yeah.
Like who's after you?
It could be like
Pooh.
What do you mean? The protective.
The protective organization of hibernation. No.
Of hibernation. Yeah.
No.
I mean, that's actually pretty good.
Protective organization of Hitler. It's a Nazi. No, we're going to. It's too Marvel Universe already. Protective organization of. Come on, H words.
Of
habitat.
Habitat.
The Protective Organization of Habitat hired Professor Solomon to investigate the possibility of creating super soldiers. That's
Pooh.
Pooh.
Wait,
who's after you?
Wait,
Who's after me? What do you mean, Pooh?
Pooh did? Wait, Pooh did that?
Silly old bear.
Oh. And then, this is good. That's good.
I'm okay with this.
I'm okay with this.
Again, let's recap what we have so far. The Protective Organization of Habitat has hired Dr. Salomon to build a super soldier with animal genes. We don't need to specify, but we obviously know where it's going if it's already named Pooh.
Well, they've tried everything else.
Yeah. Actually, no. That's right. We do have Project Hibernation, so we know it's going to be a bear. Then we cut to our main character. Again, small, wimpy guy. Like
Project number 2, Hibernation. Number 2.
Project number 2, Pooh, because of Pooh. I mean, I'm picturing like a Tom Hiddleston like kind of guy. Homeland.
Oh, that would have been good. That's a good age.
That's a good age.
Organization of Homeland. That's
Nice,
a good
Micah.
age.
That's almost better.
Thank you, Micah.
Well played.
We got someone trying to video in.
This is my friend Alex. He's amazing. He's a producer here in LA.
Do you want him on?
Nice.
Do you want him as your lifeline?
Can we bring in a lifeline?
Yeah, 1 second. I need to know where to send it to him.
If you send
Alex, keep watching. We're gonna get you in, Alex.
If you send me the link, I can. I don't know.
Hold on. It's the one that we sent you. 1 second. Let me see.
I just text that to him. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay. Alex, I'm coming to you right now. Hold on. Okay.
Bring in the lifeline, live, gentlemen, live.
Lifeline.
This is amazing. Okay. So
While we do that, you want to ask some questions, RC?
Yeah. So this is gonna be our question corner, okay, guys?
Okay.
Our question corner. There we go. Question corner. So, let's see. All right. So, Eric.
Yes.
Eric. We know you love film. You have a love for film of all types and sizes and shapes. You've worn many hats.
I have.
tell us about your hats. Actor, producer. Tell us a little about yourself.
I started acting when I was in junior high. Really, was when I kind of fell in love with it, and I've been passionate about that ever since. Following it all the way to Los Angeles. I left South Texas, where we're from, McAllen, to Austin to really pursue it. I started acting in Austin and New Orleans. I would travel between the two cities and slowly started, getting stuff under my belt. One of my favorite projects to date is Roadhouse 2, Last Call. They made a part 2 to Roadhouse, and
I did not even know that. That's fantastic.
If you ever get a chance,
I will never do that.
It's a movie. Hey, it wasn't bad. It was the scene that I have is me and Jake Busey have a drug deal. They asked me to speak in Spanish because I was Mexican.
Nice.
And
you were Mexican?
I was. I've been transitioned. Well, and it was really interesting because they were like, well, say something in Spanish. I was like, well, what do you want me to say? Like, I don't know, say something Spanish. I was like, all right. So my tagline was "Hasta luego, culero," which I think we all know what that means. But anyways, so that was, me building my career in Austin and Louisiana. And finally I made the jump to LA. And as an actor in Texas, I always wondered like what other departments did. And that went as far as like art department, location department. So I started doing that. I started with locations and production assistant work, and really loved that too. Because for me, if I can't be in front of the camera, I want to still be able to create stories. And if that means that I'm going to be on the other side of the camera, be it as again, production assistant, art department, what have I done? Production assistant, art department, locations manager, key PA. I've done grip. I've put on pretty much every hat that you can to create a film, because I think as an actor, it's important to understand what other people are doing, what the job entails, and what it's not all about you being in front of a camera. There's someone who had to change that lens. There's someone who had to light you up, mic you. Before you even get there, that set had to be dressed. And that appreciation and knowledge of what it takes to make a film is why I follow and do so many of the different ones.
Yeah.
And put on so many hats, I guess.
Yeah. With that, a good part of what we're trying to do here as the ERIC podcast is centered around, the entertainment industry, be it again, movie, TV show, product. I'm not in that industry. Everyone else on the crew really is. What exactly does a grip do for those of us that aren't in that world, but we see it in the credits?
In the titles, in the credits, sure. It depends, because the grip can be broken up into many different aspects. What I ended up doing was we ended up help build out stages and build out equipment that were being put up. Like we built I think it was a 60-foot crane for a crane shot that was, it housed the camera and it took it up over this building, and like. It's all the equipment. It's putting together, I guess, all the equipment that goes into making a movie. Grip and electric basically work hand in hand, because grip and electric, and they kind of do lights. And it is all of the tools that you need to make a film, I guess. And that's like putting up a flag, which if you don't know what a flag is like, it, depending on the size, it could be like 4x4, 8x10. It could be huge, but it's just like a way to create shade to even out lighting. So yeah, does that answer the question? Like,
yeah, no, it does. And it's amazing. After been doing this podcast is, unfortunately, when I was younger, when the credits rolled up, it was just all these names. But now, like, I have a deeper appreciation for all those people really do come together to make that finished product, which is what
100%.
It's not just about who's on the screen; it's about what's behind the camera and so forth. So definitely, big shout out to those, especially with what's going on, to those that have spent and find that passion, in that part and those departments of the film and TV industry. So thank you guys out there that make that happen, that allow me to sit on my couch, watch Netflix, and see amazing content, So
and it is
from grips to gaffers, all the above.
every department is so important in the making of. I mean, down to the smallest like PA that brings you waters or whatever. Like the show can't run unless we work as a team, and that team has to really solidify a relationship to make, you know, the work environment solid to create a great story. And that's one of the best things that I learned, and one reason that I really appreciate, like when I am in front of camera, when they have me sitting in a trailer for 2 hours, like waiting to go on scene. I mean, that was one of the biggest reasons I was like, why am I sitting here for 2 hours? We're just filming something. Now I know it's because a lot has to go into the setup before I can even walk on and say my 3 or 4 lines. You know, it took 4 hours for them to set something up that took us, you know, an hour to shoot, you know, whatever it is. And it's I love every aspect of it. I was really lucky that I got to, I just shot an episode of a new TV show on Netflix that I don't think I'm allowed to say yet, because it's not out. It's on my IMDb, so if you look at my IMDb, you'll see what it is. But
it's just us 3 right now. Just kidding.
No. Don't do it. Sign one of those NDAs.
No. I won't say it, but I will say if it's on my IMDb, then that's not on me. They've already credited me. But that being said, I went from shooting a TV show as an actor, and then the very next day jumping on a production that took me from LA to San Antonio to Richmond, Virginia to Fort Collins, Colorado as a key PA. And, you know, again, whatever aspect I can work on, I am happy to be a part of creating and telling stories.
That's awesome.
Awesome. So for my other final question, with that, you know, with that appreciation, you know, from, you know, A to Z, with whichever department, you know, that you want to choose in this question, if you could work with anyone, alive or dead, who would that be?
That's a really good question. And I feel like, you want to know what? I automatically know the answer, and I'm just going to say it's in the acting world. I would love to do something with Al Pacino. There's something about that dude. I mean, Keanu Reeves would be another one.
Is it my subtle Scarface background?
It really is. I'm like, if you gave me a hoorah, I'd be so happy. Or say hello to my little friend, and we'd call it a day. I just think he's one of my favorite people to watch bring characters alive. And there's so many. Like, I could go on and on, but that's my number one. Like, if you said we want to do a movie, who do you want to be with? Al Pacino.
Hell yeah!
All right. Perfect. And then I have time for go ahead.
Thank you.
Brandon says you look dope, and
I will take that.
Jesse agrees. That's all.
Guys,
that's it.
Guys.
That's it.
Look, I can't keep this hair. I shouldn't keep this hair. But due to quarantine, there's not a lot of work. So if I'm going to do anything with my hair, now would be the time.
Right.
And I'm actually growing it back right now because I am seeing auditions coming back to life.
It's starting up again, man. It's starting up. We're going to get some work.
Yeah, I tape auditions for actors, and I also obviously tape myself. And
that was actually my next question. What's behind you?
This is so my side hustle, because most actors have a side hustle, is taping auditions for actors, which basically is actors usually from their agents will get something called an electronic submission, which is basically a read of an audition that they send to their casting directors or agents as needed, and then that either brings you into the room or gets you cast straight out. So what I do is I work with actors. I never say I coach them. I bounce ideas off them. I always like an actor to bring what they have and what they see in the script. And if I see something missing, I'll make suggestions as needed. We tape it. We send it off to their agent. It goes off to casting. And luckily, I've seen a lot of my clients book. I've got some people that have been in some big shows. And that's, again, if I'm doing it and no one's booking, I'm not good at my job. And knowing that, I wholeheartedly want everyone that comes in and works with me to win. It's it's not an easy job. We audition against anywhere from 50 to 500 people, and they're picking one person for this role. So it's a hard gig, and when I see people win, that excites me.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Well,
So we have a guest here. We have somebody that wants to say something.
Are we going back to hibernation, by the way? Or
I'm sorry. Maybe Alex
Okay.
has something else to say, but Alex is on. He wants to talk to you.
He might choose what a merger.
What's up, Alex?
Yo, what's up, guys?
Oh, how you doing, brother?
Can you hear stream back?
Can you hear us?
You're choppy, but you're in, man. You're here.
We got you live. We got you live. Say what's up to everybody.
Oh, now it's frozen.
But we can hear you.
Let it go.
Everyone's frozen.
Let it go.
I guess because I left the Wi-Fi.
Get back in the Wi-Fi because I can.
In the Wi-Fi.
In the
Alex.
zone, bro.
So Alex is, while he tries to figure that out, is a really good friend of mine, and his
Wait, am I
girlfriend.
back? Am I back?
Your voice is. You're frozen.
Okay. I can
Pardon
hear
the
you
technical difficulties.
We're trying to refix it. Alex and his girlfriend, DJ Badash, are
Nice. That's a good name.
amazing. This is her glass. She was very kind to give me. It's the most amazing glass. But both of them are some of my best friends here in Los Angeles.
Nice.
Am I
Let's see if
back
we can get Alex
officially or
in.
no?
We hear you.
We hear you, but we can't see
What's
you.
up, guys?
What's up?
What's
So
up?
you got anything for us on hibernate? Or I'm sorry.
You are Eric's lifeline. So the lifeline part of this podcast is, if you have any ideas you want to help him out with the movie, he chose movie and the title or the concept with my bare hands. We haven't decided on a title yet.
So what do we got? What's the
We'll
kind
catch you
of,
up to speed. We'll catch you up to
catching
speed. So it's
Do we have any characters?
a city slicker professor. He's going to be our hero. The nemesis is Dr. Salmon, to go with the salmon and the bear. And then there's a secret organization that kind of like Weapon X'd him into where it's a professor with bare hands.
Wait, I feel
That's
like
Yeah.
you jumbled that a little bit because the
Okay, go ahead.
professor.
I'll let you.
Okay, so we're looking at POO, which is the Protective Organization of Homeland, has hired Professor Salmon to instill and create a super soldier with bear genes. He takes
so bear DNA inside.
bear DNA, and we get these bare hands first.
Right.
It's a horror comedy. That's
Maybe it
the way we're
starts
playing
with
with.
bare hands and then he grows slowly into a full-fledged bear.
That's
the
literally what we were talking about,
That's the
because the
sequel.
sequel is the right to bear arms, the Second Amendment.
And does he get
As-
like a machine gun and rips
Oh.
apart like a town in northern Oregon or something and has to fight the police?
Oh, that's
Going off that Rambo, approach.
imagine a guy, and I know I've seen this picture somewhere on the internet. It's a guy with bare arms, a gun, and like a Rambo freaking headband. Like that's exactly what I'm picturing.
Yeah,
This is where it's going.
and and his family doesn't know who he is because he's turned into a bear, and they're like, that's my son, and he's just trying to, be, people are just trying to, he's just trying to live his life as a bear.
He goes back to his family to try and find their love, and they don't recognize him anymore.
They don't recognize him because he's a fucking bear.
It's almost unbearable.
Boom, boom. And when he's going to find his family, he goes into one house and he lays down on the bed. He's like, "This bed is too hard." Then he goes to the other house.
Yeah,
this bed is too soft.
What if Pooh actually is like actually a really like one of those secret government agencies that actually turns their back on him and they're trying to like create like a super warrior person, and like now they're trying to capture him, and he's trying to escape them, and that's kind of the back and forth.
And that's where our Say Bear Tooth would be the guy after him.
So that's where we're at.
Marvel might come after us with.
Well, okay, yeah, that's true.
That's okay. We're ready for it. We have bear arms.
We have bear arms.
That's where we're at. So we're trying to see.
So where do we go from here?
Yeah.
Because, okay, so now that we've caught you up, Alex, and just for anyone that's tuning in now, we have this organization. We have this guy who's already been taken, and he has these bare hands. What's the next move? Does he go after the organization? Does he go after the professor? He's got to have an objective.
Revenge?
His objective is to clear his name, that he isn't, and also bring to light what this government agency did to him, and this doctor did to him, and bring it to light, because they're trying to cover it up.
That's the direction.
There's a whole cover up.
Cover up. I like that.
Here's a cool thing is when he's released into the world, or when he escapes and is released into the world, people start saying a bear attacked me, but it looked like a man, and they call him Smokey the Bear. Is the Smokey the Bear Killer is the name they give him, that the news media gives him, and as he's being attached and attacked by the media for being this killer, which he's not, he has to clear his name. He gets into a relationship that makes him want to change his bare hand agent life. So his family has left him because they don't recognize him anymore, and he does find a love interest that makes him.
How can they?
I mean, that's also still a little Wolverine.
What, that they can't recognize him?
No, that he wants to go clean and like find a quiet, peaceful life in the woods with his new honey.
He wants to find honey and shit.
Yeah.
Simple life. He just wants some honey.
He just starts his own honey company and just starts jarring millions of fucking pounds of honey
into what a merger.
Yeah. And then the company goes public, so he becomes a billionaire, and then he can
in a suit with ripped off like sleeves. He's like a suit with bare arms. That's, and he's
label.
Like
those are the labels.
I love it. His real name is Winston. We have Micah from Facebook saying his real name is Winston. Okay.
I'm in on that. Winston was I know Winston the Bear was a thing. Yes? Am I wrong?
Are you thinking Paddington?
No, I know Paddington. Oh my God. Agent Paddington.
His name is Theodore Ruxpin. Theodore Ruxpin, like Teddy Ruxpin.
Oh my God.
Teddy Ruxpin.
Yes, Teddy Ruxpin.
I actually have one of those. I found it at an LA flea market, literally like 2 months.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, he shares a moment with his ex, and she recognized him because of his eyes, and then he eats her because she was a shitty.
That's good.
Good job, Sam.
I like that. I can picture that moment being so dramatic.
So beautiful. It's like the slow music.
Staring into her eyes.
The eyes.
Yeah,
she's like,
her body.
Winston, it is you.
And as like, so they zoom like it's a zoom up, zoom in on the eyes that lock, and the realization. Then you zoom out, and it's her head that rolls to the floor.
Oh my God! Because he can't eat her, but he like slashes her with the bare hands and cuts it clean off.
Right? Just.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
We have more to this epic end of her journey in life. He dips in her honey and dances with her.
Dips her in honey and dances with her. Dances with her dead body? This is a thing.
This took a turn.
It's a horror comedy. We can remember what.
It's a horror comedy, 100%. I'm telling you, the people that made Sharknado cannot get a hold of this script because they will take this and run with it.
They got
good thing they don't watch this show.
And came up with crazy ideas.
Yep.
That's great.
Okay. So we have our first act. Opening, taken, becomes bear. He's on the loose. He is a fugitive because people are after this Smokey the Bear Killer. and now we need to get
Well, the
him.
Pooh Agency is after him, right?
The Pooh Agency.
Yeah.
This dark
Pooh, yeah.
agency within the government that
Right.
created him.
100%. They need to get him.
Pooh.
They need to get a
They need
handle
to
on
get
him.
him and capture him because their
Yeah.
experiment got loose.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because they
yes.
underestimated what a man with bare arms can do. Yeah.
It just started with bare arms. It was just supposed to be bare arms. They didn't
That's it.
know he would turn into a fucking killer.
He's a
bear.
Yeah.
bear. Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
bear.
Yeah.
He's slowly becoming the bear DNA that was grafted into him is slowly turning him into a bear with the intelligence of a human. That's scary.
Even though,
yeah.
how about it's like that movie with the sharks and the sharks got smarter? What if he got smarter from it?
Oh yeah, Deep Blue Sea, I think.
Yeah.
Deep Blue Sea, right?
Yeah.
In a
Smart-
forest.
Like, what if he got more and more intelligent? So
That's the
basically
log
he just
line.
created a
The log line, yeah.
intelligent bear species.
Yeah.
Oh
Deep
my
Blue
God.
Sea in a forest.
It's almost Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Deep
But with
Blue
bears.
Sea with bears. It's like the aliens from. Oh, dude, are we just ripping off every movie ever
That's
made?
okay. Hey, that's fine.
No,
That's what most movies do nowadays.
To be fair, you're right. Think Deep Blue Sea in a forest. That's
In a
the
forest.
that's the elevator pitch that you would give
Yeah.
to someone. Guys, just hear me out. Think Deep Blue Sea in a forest.
Sold.
You got me.
But with bears.
But
Hold
with
up, what was
bears.
that? He solves Rubik's cubes
With his bare hands.
I got to jump, guys. It was
All right.
great talking.
Thanks.
Thanks
for
for
Alex.
joining us, Alex.
Thanks for
Yeah,
being the lifeline,
dude,
man.
This is fun. This is fun.
Dude, this is great.
Peace.
Have a good one.
Okay, so
All right.
we've got something pretty solid here.
Yeah.
Um,
You got
He got very smart.
boom.
I'm surprised I haven't seen any Kung Fu Panda jokes yet,
Oh yeah, those
Or-
movies exist.
or koala bear jokes. Like, come on, there's.
We,
koala bears.
that's
Well,
for the
that-
later
that-
movies.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do we want in either the first film where his friends we steal from them, right? Like he's got the polar bear friend,
Oh
the
my
sloth bear friend. I mean, there's so many ways we can work with this.
Oh, so Dr. Salmon isn't the only doctor performing this in the Antarctic. They've got the polar bear version being created.
so that's
Who
the
is-
ending.
Who is
of the
really
film.
trying to make this work? And they're trying to figure out which one's the best one to go with.
Well, there's
So in
also
Australia, they're grafting the koala bear.
right.
In
Yeah.
Antarctica, you've got the polar bear. America, we've got the grizzly bear. His sidekick is high on the cliffs.
Yeah, clearly. Well, I was gonna say, what if in the third one, because we figured out one. I think one we know what's happening.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
two is like the
setting
legal, right? And then the second one is like the legal aspect of how we're trying to control these bears. Now that we've I think it's like by the second one you've become successful in making these bear army soldiers. Or whatever.
Soldiers, sure.
Yeah, and then by the third one, maybe it's like they've grafted all of the all the ones you just said, like different bears
Into
from different
one
places.
super bear.
One super bear, right? That they've,
And that's the bear that the team has to take down together.
that's the third one. So by the third movie, they've taken all of the different bears, and then they have to call this Winston. They have to call Winston from the first movie to be like, "Yo, we need your help to take down this mega bear."
And then it is. Well, hold on. I have to call my Aussie mate. I've got to call my polar bear. I
Exactly.
can't do this
So he
alone.
gets his whole team together, and then they take down
Almost
this
like-
mega bear.
What would
Almost
be-
like Captain
What would be
Planet
the
is-
team name, though? Yeah. With our powers combined.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be the name could be like CARE, like care.
Oh my
bear.
God, I love this. Leave this up a second. The other government agency brought in to help capture him is the Bureau of Environmental Enforcement Services.
Oh, bees! We got the
Yeah,
bees!
we also had a comment a little while ago that could help with the when the bears all come together, they form bear BEL. And it's he had a thing, the Bureau
What's-
of Environmental Agency Research.
Yes.
Done.
They
So
come to
that's-
Winston and they go,
Yeah.
Winston, we need you. We need
Right.
you to take this super bear. It's out of our control. He's like, hold on.
Hold
I've
on,
got to make a very
let
important
me
call.
call. Let me call my friends.
And you just see like across the world, you see a big bear paw in the sky.
Yeah,
and
totally.
like, it's like we got it in Japan. We got the panda bear, and
Kung Fu Panda.
he's like,
oh my gosh,
I've got to go. Oh my god!
And then the secret like weapon bears, like the red bear, like you hardly see.
Oh, I love red bears. Sorry, I got really excited.
And then what else? I mean, oh
No,
or what about
every bear.
what about gummy bear?
Sure, dude.
That would have to be like I would say Project Gummy Bear would be the combination of all the bears. Yeah. Project Gummy Bear. Someone find an acronym for that. Make an action for that. Yeah. Winston, we need you to take down Project Gummy Bear. Wait, what's Project Gummy Bear? I can't explain. But we took all the bears and combined them. You did what? To who? And then I have to make a very important call.
I think here's our slogan. We have our slogan already. Micah came up with it. He was barely out, and they brought him back in.
That's the tagline for part 2. And then the right to bear arms, the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
It takes place in America. All the bears come to America to team up. They have to lose, I think, in part 2. It's almost an Avengers Endgame. Dude, we're staying so on the Marvel model.
That's okay.
I'm okay with it.
That's
I'm
fine.
just like
it leads to success, clearly.
Sure. Yeah. I'll take it all day.
Yeah.
But
no,
they
we have a whole
how can we bring in honey into this? I like the idea of the bees.
Well, honey that could be like how they like
take kryptonite. No.
Oh,
yeah, totally.
no.
They take him down at the end with like honey, and he's like stuck. Like, it's just
I
like
would say
honey.
the honey is their like super. It's called honey, but that's what like really amps up their power. For
it's like in Space
battle.
Jam. It's like in Space Jam at the end of Space Jam when he's like, "Here, drink this like super juice," and then they drink the super juice and it's just water. But this is just honey. But he like tells him like, "Hey, drink this honey and make this stuff, and it's gonna make us stronger, guys."
And then after that, it's revealed, hey, the strength was always in you.
It was always in me.
Oh, man.
Bear with me.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah,
Bear with me, man. It's
Okay,
just so...
I think let's go into either like a trailer. Can we think of a trailer or some sort of the marketing aspect in this project?
Sure. So obviously, like we have to focus on the first one. Let's talk with my bare hands. All right, let's think first off poster wise. Signage is going to be the first thing you're going to see before a trailer.
It's just a big rip. It's like
yes,
clearly like
Is there any way to have like that slash with the like anime glasses doctor, like the like anime glasses they have the shine just in the background?
Oh yeah, no,
like
we could
have standing over the
layers. Yeah. And then in the rip you see like his eyes and he's like that, like scared. Yeah.
Yes.
He's like super scared because he doesn't know what's happening to him. He's got bear arms.
What if we do both, almost like Hulkish, like we do like the angry, like it ends with the angry eyes, then it starts with like the worried, like sad eyes.
So in one of the slashes, it's an angry eye, and one of the slashes, it's an angry eye. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yes.
No, I like that. That's good. Okay, so we've got our poster, we got our signage. That goes out first,
and then on the poster it'll say it's going to be possum. No.
I don't think so. No, I don't think it says that.
Okay.
It says something better.
I feel like that would be a review from like Entertainment Weekly. It was like awesome, and you'd be like, "That was stupid," but okay.
Yeah, or like Stan's movie website.
Yeah.
How about it was Clawsome? No, same. No, okay.
Nope, same thing. You're.
I'm losing it.
Hey, I want you to get a win here. I want you to
try it again. You can try it again.
It'll come to me.
It will. Okay, so now we go to the trailer. In a world where Pooh Organization was trying to find a man, Winston, unassuming character, walking by, was taken against his will to become Agent. What did we decide on? We had an agent name, didn't we?
I don't think we had his
No,
name.
we never did an agent name. We had a professor name.
Well, his name
Yeah.
Salmon.
was,
Professor
Well,
Solomon.
Yeah. But we can't give away all the characters.
No,
so it'd
no.
be like taken by an agency against his will to
a
become
secret government
something
agency.
he didn't want to, and unleash the fury of. Come on, we can get there.
We
No,
can
you're
get there.
on, yeah.
In a world, that it just always has to start with in a world.
What about we're the first ones that go in a forest?
Oh, yes,
Yeah, more.
That's-
I think we need more bear puns in this
Yeah.
trailer.
Yeah,
100%. I'm trying to dig up. Look, so I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I have I used to do spoken word poetry slams, and I actually have a poem that is nothing but bear puns, which I didn't think about until we started getting into it, and I'm like, did we
Give it
really?
to us, bro. Give it to us, bro.
I don't
Do you need
even
to take a
know.
minute? Take a minute. We're gonna talk over here while you
Okay,
find it.
Yeah.
let me.
I'm just gonna
find
throw
it.
up some things.
Okay,
Sapo
go.
says those taglines were unbearable. He says.
Let me go find it.
Yeah, I find it. And
All right.
then they said that Sapo also said, do they get honey in sports bottles? And I think yes. And like they're about to play.
Yeah, but they're like
basketball.
they're gonna be there for 5. They're gonna be there for 5 minutes because the honey's gonna like slowly
It's gonna
be dripping
slide.
down.
Yes.
We're waiting forever.
And then honey sponsored bottles. Yes, and we're gonna get like a crazy sponsorship from Honey. Honey's gonna like give us mad
and
money.
is it spelled? It's gotta be. Is it spelled like
that's good.
HUH?
Granison says in the movie trailer, it's like in a woods. Sapo also said a little while ago they have a statue of a bear from The Revenant. We're just going back. We're going back a little bit. Let's see what else people said. I think we got most of the. Micah said some stuff. Granison and
Granson just called me out on my comment earlier.
oh yeah, possum. Bears don't have paws.
I guess
What do they have though? What do they have? Bears have bears'
Okay.
hands.
Yeah, the claws are the nail.
Did you find it?
Okay.
Did you find it?
I have it in my iPad. I will pull it up
Snap.
right now. I have not read this in a long time, but as I'm thinking on it, we definitely have an LGBT. We have our gay character, the Bear Man, is definitely in this. 100%. I'm telling you, this is just starting to write itself. Where are you?
Well, I like the visual of like he's like knocking, but he's not used to his bear strength, so he knocks, but it smashes whatever he's knocking at. Like he's not used to it.
Oh, I'm like, yeah. What did I miss? I know I walked away for a minute.
Oh, nothing. We were just reading people's comments.
Oh, okay.
Most of them are how RC sucks.
RC does not suck. I will.
It says those taglines were unbearable, which is true. And then the other one was possum. Bears don't have paws. LOL, which is true as well. So, but we were trying to figure out what do bears have? Yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna Google it right now. I'm gonna give it a goog.
Okay,
guys, as I look at this is literally our movie written in poem form.
I want to read it.
Okay, this is gonna come out horribly. I haven't done this.
Do you want me to do it? Do you want me to get a drum?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Are you guys slap dancing?
Excuse me. Okay. If I could write these stars on the stage, it would spell the history of my life. Ask me where I got this one. This one, a knife fight. This one, that's the one that got away. And this one, I wish I could say, see, you wouldn't believe me anyway. Okay, so I'm in a bar. And a lot of my stories start in bars, but bear with me. A man lumbers into the bar. He puts his filthy paws on me and offers me a drink. And I excuse his gruff demeanor and take him up on the offer. One shot, he's got more beard than a lumberjack. 2 shots, he smells of pine. 3 shots, is he wearing fur? 4 shots, this man is like a bear. On the 8th shot of Jameson, I realized, wait a minute, this alcohol is making me drunk. And I felt all warm and fuzzy. No, he was warm and fuzzy. And I realized that this was no man, but a bear, man. But not like a bear, man, but a fucking bear, man. And he's devouring shots like Pooh does honey. And I realized this isn't funny as he strikes a match across his chin to light a cigarette. And I say, well, that sign says no smoking, silly old bear. Enraged, he says, I never learned to read, tossing his 151 on the bar, lit match in hand. And this was no kin to Smokey. He doesn't prevent any fires. He was going to burn this place down. So I yelled, bear, this is immoral/unethical. The match flying through the air, igniting the smile in his eyes, engulfing the bar in fire. And I kicked and kicked at the flames, and they licked and licked at my heels, realizing this fire is too hot. And his heart was too cold, but this was not right. The bear makes a beeline towards a baby. Baby in a bar, I choose not to ask questions. I need no directions. It's lights, camera, action. And I swaddled this baby in a nearby American flag, held him close to my bosom. The bear enraged, for he was a bear terrorist. That's right, a bearist. As the bearer spouts its unpatriotic propaganda, I say, silence, bear. Oh, say, can you see? I love America. And I pledge allegiance to kicking your ass. If he gnashed at my jugular, I fend him off while holding the baby to the heavens like Simba. I exclaimed, get away from me, bear. This is not your baby. Ripping off his shirt. But this was no Care Bear stare. There was nothing cute about this. As he grabbed me in a bear hug, I struggled to break free, loosening his grip, his teeth shining in the fire. And I could see that we weren't done. We traded blows, but he was a southpaw, slicing open my arms with the left claw, the building crashing down around us, and I'm smarter than the average bear. So I make a split-second call. It's either me or him as I run crashing through a window, baby in tow, walking away as the building explodes. So yeah, rescuing a baby from a burning bar a bear started, that's where I got this one.
There
I'm
you
a hero,
go.
damn it.
That's our trailer.
I love Care Bear Stare. We need Care Bear Stare in there somewhere.
Yes, somewhere that just rhymes all around.
Yeah. I can't believe I have a bear poem while we're talking about a bear movie.
I know.
Like, before we started talking, I'm like, oh my God, I've literally done this movie in my head.
That was
I
good.
love it.
That was good.
Oh man,
It was a thing.
What are the odds?
Hmm.
There we go. We got some
Thank
snappers
you.
while you were doing that.
Thank you, Cranston. Oh my God. So, oh my God, what if not the organization, but the team up is called the Care Bears?
That's good. I like that. Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
Care Bears.
So,
They're there to
okay,
fight
so
bear.
for
the Mega
for
Bear.
those watching, we need help with the acronym CARE.
Yeah.
We've got some good help from Grandison and from Micah on helping us out with those agencies. So,
100%.
what should the Care?
I'm sorry, but Pooh.
Was there?
I loved Homeland. I was happy with Habitat, but Homeland crushed it. Bees is an amazing ad.
I love
What
the
else
bees. CARE.
I'm like,
Oh, there
God,
we
we
go.
could make such an amazing bad movie.
Thanks, Micah. Thanks for
leaving us for
commenting.
D&D. Come on, man. No, have fun, man. Have fun. Kill it. Hey, you should have a bear character. See ya.
A character.
Stop it.
A bearist.
I love that. That was
Thanks
good.
for watching, Micah.
What else? Okay,
So since we're trying to figure out this care situation, we have this other thing that we want to do with you before we let you go, and I think we're pretty close to figuring out everything about this movie and its sequels.
Sure.
So, are you ready for 2 truths and 1 false?
Yes,
2
I am.
truths and 1 false.
Okay, so
That's fine.
number 1, I used to work at a strip club. Number 2, I have been to prison. And number 3, I have jumped out of a plane.
So 2 of these are truths.
Right.
One of these is not.
Right.
1 false. So you have been a stripper?
I didn't say I was a stripper, but I definitely worked at a strip club.
You worked in a strip club. You went to a prison, and what's the third one?
I jumped out of a plane.
I don't think he jumped out of a plane. The idea here is 2 of these are true, 1 of these is false about ERIC CEPEDA, and RC and I are trying to figure out what it is. I don't think he jumped out of a plane. I think the other 2 are more true. What do you think,
I want to
RC?
believe that.
What do you think, RC?
I believe that he's jumped out of a plane. So I'm gonna say the false would be that he worked at a strip club. I'm gonna say that's a false.
I did not. Do we want to wait for anyone to guess?
No, we
wanna go
guess.
into this? Okay.
Two of us.
Okay.
We guess.
It is. It is. I have never jumped out of a plane, and I really
Yes!
liked it.
Ah!
Yeah.
Damn it!
So,
Damn it!
hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Yes. Yeah. I feel like the other. I could totally see you with those cutoff sleeves working at a strip club, and and so I mean that's what gave it away to me. Is the person of it. You're so hardcore.
I was not a stripper.
No, that's okay.
But I did work at.
Were you the DJ?
I was not, because
Bartending.
I was one of the managers.
Oh.
But I did get brought up to. So our club we would prominently get Hispanic clients, and they would have me go up to the DJ booth to announce every once in a while, like, this is our special. Ahorita tenemos. What was it? What was it? Ahorita tenemos muchachas desnudas. Tráete like, what was the? I can't remember the whole thing, but it was like a whole spiel that I would come out and do like every hour, just for our Spanish-speaking clients.
Nice.
I
love it.
All right. Let's see. I guess with the care, we can figure that out.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a lot of marketing potential. I
feel like I want these notes. I feel like
recorded.
I should have been. I should have been taking notes though.
I got some notes for you. I got some notes.
So Michael left because he had to play, but he said that they have a druid that is a bear right now, which is perfect.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That is.
He might have some really good things to play with in D&D tonight.
Awesome. He's got bear puns for days right now.
Hell yeah.
Exactly.
He's gonna have a good time.
Yeah. I apologize profusely to his group for what we have given him.
It's not even fair.
We apologize.
It's not
bear fair. Not at all. It's not bear fair by any means.
Love it.
Okay. Now, I want to take this moment to say why that title came to my head. Is I was at a bar here in Los Angeles and talking to a cute female, and I was like, "Oh, have you been here before? Have you been to this bar?" And we were talking about that, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I love it." And I was like, "Yeah, me too." She's like, "Oh, have you been here before?" I was like, "Actually," I built this place with my bare hands. And she's like, "No." She's like, "Your bare hands?" I was like, "No, like my bare hands. Like I cut off the hands of a bear and I built him with it." And she laughed. I was like, "There's something there."
I really wanted to know where this went with her.
Clearly there was something there.
She left.
Clearly there was something there. I mean, look.
She clawed my head off.
I pray that you work on What a Merger and because that's just amazing. And what was the other one? Fun. Do yourself a flavor, or can I do you a flavor?
Do me a flavor.
I think we might have to get Alex on here to help us with one of these things. He jumped in.
Alex is great. I'm back to say.
Oh, what's he gonna say? I'm so nervous.
We're waiting, Micah. We got this.
Do you remember Micah? He went to high school with us.
Yeah. I remember him. Yeah. This is all a South Texas group.
I cannot believe. I don't know if you know this story, but RC and I didn't meet until we were out here in Los Angeles. And again, having the same last name blows my mind.
That's great.
Not just that, but the same South Texas region.
Yeah, and from the same hometown.
We got it. Center for Animal Research and Engineering. Yes, thank you, Micah. We got it.
Thanks, son of a bitch. That was great.
Micah, you son of a bitch.
That was so great. I love that he got off, thought about it, and had to come back and tell us. Like, that's how great our movie idea is. He's like, this needs to be.
Out of his bare mind.
Mic drop. Yes. Wait, Micah drop. That's a Micah drop.
That was awesome. That made me happy.
Very good.
We got to add him in the credits for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
He's going to be the grip and the gaffer.
Oh,
Well,
man.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely I'm spent. I'm spent on bear puns. I'm set on this concept.
Cheers,
Cheers
Micah.
to you, Mike. Thanks for all your
Salute.
help. Thanks, Micah. We'll see you on the next one, hopefully. But yeah, are you guys set?
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
hell yeah.
I had a blast with you guys. This is awesome,
This is
and it
fun.
really is like, I'm like, where are we taking this? We
Where
taking this
are
to
we taking
Netflix?
That will always be the beauty of this show is whatever goes on in this crazy head of ours, you know.
No, it's
So,
beautiful. I love the way you guys think.
Well, same here. We love to be having you on. Actor producer ERIC CEPEDA. You may have seen him on USA's The Purge, Showtime's On Becoming a God in Central Florida, and Fox's Lethal Weapon, and more. This new show he
And
can't talk
Roadhouse
about.
2.
Roadhouse 2.
And Roadhouse 2, last
Roadhouse
call.
2.
Roadhouse 2, last call. But you can peek into his IMDb and see what he's up to.
Definitely.
He can't formally say it.
It sounds like this is going to be a good year for me once stuff opens up again. So let's
Hell yeah.
fingers crossed the valley starts making some waves.
Let's fucking make some waves, man. Let's
100%.
chat.
I will keep my fingers crossed on these bare hands. But not to say any last words. It sounds too morbid. But anything to say to the people watching and those that are watching that will watch the recorded version.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope if y'all find anything that we missed, I say add it and tell us, because we've got a hit. I know you've done a couple of these and you've created a lot of pitches, but this is probably the one, guys. This is
the one. This is the one that's gonna make us.
This is the one. Thank you all for watching. Thank you guys so much for having me on. This was really fun.
Anytime, buddy.
Yeah, man.
I think that's it.
I can already feel the phantom text from you saying, "Oh man, we should add this to it. We gotta add this. This right here."
I'm gonna review my whole poem and be like, "Oh, wait a minute. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys."
Man,
if we do try to be interactive with what we created today. So if you want to go ahead and submit your poem, we can put it on our social media so that way they can read what you read so beautifully and poetically. And for those that are watching, don't forget you can always check us out on our social platforms.
Check him out on his socials. On his socials first.
You guys can find me at ERIC CEPEDA 13. I just started a Twitch channel. I'm not constant on my feed just yet, but I think I'm going to do Tuesdays and Thursdays soon, probably around 6 o'clock. But add me if you're on Twitch. Come play with me.
Can you tell us about your Twitch channel?
Do what?
Tell us about your Twitch channel. Tell us about
my
your Twitch
channel.
channel.
It goes between playing video games. I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and Call of Duty.
Hell yeah.
And I also do just chatting, just shooting the shit. And if people have questions about anything I can help with, I just enjoy the chance to talk and give out knowledge.
Like if you need a self-tape, hey, call. Yeah. Find him on Instagram and Twitch.
If you're an actor in Los Angeles, please call me. I take a lot of pride in my work. My little brother is in Austin, Texas. He runs our office there. If you need any help between Austin and LA, the Cepedas have you.
Reach out at ERIC CEPEDA 13 Instagram.
ERIC CEPEDA 13, guys.
Yeah. Find him.
And just so you should add slam poetry to your Twitch channel. Just saying.
I have thought about it. I do have. I've competed for a long time, and I have a lot of work. I just stepped away from it for a while, and I may have gotten inspired by getting to do this.
It's pretty good.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
It was great, man. And then don't forget, you can always check out more. Watch this again. IdeaPRTY podcast. Submit. Stay tuned to our Instagram and our Facebook so you could read Eric's awesome slam poetry. What was the title for that poem?
What was it called?
I can barely remember.
I can barely remember. It was definitely like something like it was a bear. Oh no, it was called Battle Scars because I wanted to leave it to where you don't know where the hell it's going. And then as the bear puns start rolling, you're like, oh, this is gonna be a bear thing, isn't it? And then I didn't say it was great, but yeah, it's called Battle Scars. And it's funny because the version that I read, I realized as I finished, was not the final version. There's another version, which is the one I'll send, that did have a little bit more to it. So hopefully that's a little more enjoyable. If you heard me read it, that was great. If you actually read it, you'll see what you missed.
Nice.
There you go. Perfect. So check it out at IdeaPRTY Podcast. Awesome. Well, this has been a great show. Thank you very, very much, Eric. It's an awesome episode. Can't wait to. I want to see this in theaters.
I'm telling you, this is not a horrible idea. Look,
there's
I've seen
that have been made.
I have seen stuff. Look, and I'm not even going to say Sharknado. Sharknado was awesome. They turned that into a franchise.
Because you know what it is? It's that they have to know that they're going in with a shitty idea, or like not shitty, but they have to know that they're going in with like tongue in cheek. If you go in knowing it's tongue in cheek, then it's going to be good, because then you're like you already know it's going to be garbage, but you're like, hey, enjoy it.
Yeah,
exactly.
And
I
really want to say the movie my brother had me watch. It was one of those it was like Raptor Priest or something. It was a horrible movie that was amazing to watch, and I really wish I could remember the title. I want to say it was Raptor Priest.
Called 10.0 Earthquake, with like really good cast. It was like really good cast,
right?
And then the movie was like very subpar. But I was like, oh, I wish you were good, man. I just wish you're this close to being good. Like, yes.
Well, and then vice versa. When you see like that horrible movie that you're like, this is going to be the most shit I've ever
and then
watched.
It like delivers. Yeah.
Damn it, that was great.
Like Roadhouse 2.
Roadhouse 2. Last call, guys. If you haven't seen Roadhouse 2, I highly recommend it.
Nice.
Well, everyone stay tuned to your Redbox for With My Bare Hands, the movie, coming soon.
Because it's going straight to Redbox. That's where it's going. It's not going to movie theaters. It's not going to Netflix. It's not going to Hulu. It's going straight to Redbox.
I'm so married to getting a second done. Look, as long as we can get a threequel going, and we get the right to bear arms.
We put the trailer for second one at the end of the first one. It will get made.
100%.
Well, we gotta end it. We gotta end it with Antarctica calling and Australia calling.
Oh yes,
and Japan.
We need your help.
And then, yes.
Oh my God, that's the end.
I know you're hibernating.
He walks away, and then we know you're hibernating. Yes. Oh my God.
Oh, so many things. So many things.
Thank you so much, Eric.
Yeah,
guys,
thank you, man.
This was the most fun I could have had. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you for your time and for your creativity. We'd love to have you again for the sequel and the threequel.
Take it easy, guys. This was great.
Stay tuned, guys. IdeaPRTY Podcast, PRTY, because we like to do things with the Y.
Wow.